sweet, wonderful people, I hope you are all doing so well and living the time of your life, although most do not. Most are in distress, are in fear, giving their power away. They are overstressed even, or irritated and not knowing what is going on. It is imperative that you have a preview of what is going to happen and get back into your identity, because we are all creating globally a new identity through the change that is coming true. I'm having the best of times. I predicted it already, like at least 5 years ago to my videos. Nobody would believe me. It is the obvious. We cannot go on like we did before. We need to change health in the first place. Look at what is going on with the animal kingdoms. We kill more than I think it's about 56 million animals a year. We torture them, we butcher them just to please our body, while our bodies cannot withstand that anymore. We are living in a different age. We are moving from the Pisces age into the Aquarian age, the age of information, the age of knowledge, the age of self-empowerment. So get out of all that social media stuff, all the news, everything that the governments are trying to pull into your brains, and get into a space where you can value yourself. And it's, I mean, desocializing from society means in the first place getting to socialize with yourself and identify yourself. Most people are afraid of their own power. We all have a lot of power within, and so it is the age that we are moving, fusing back into the origin of our life essence, minus the dead values, dead foods, synthetic foods, dead consciousness, a lot of hormones in the human body that are completely out of balance and creating fear, distress, emotional disbalance. I mean, the body or organism is completely out of order if we keep on living like we have been doing. So there's everything that is happening. Look at, people are fearing this 5G thing, the coronavirus, whatever, what's next. I mean, we are, if you don't understand today that we are simply clearing up your consciousness, your body, your biology, and along it, the earth brings through the purification that needs to be done, then there's time to rethink and understand what you can do to get back into your beauty, into your empowerment. And that is a lot. I have made this painting, like, I think it's about 8 years ago. And up here you have the Hebrew letter Aleph. That means unity, the unification that is coming. And these are people ascending through that gate of unity up there. So that's a very powerful artwork I made up there. But it's happening right now in front of our eyes, and people do not even take responsibility. So what we are moving into is getting into the reconnection with everything that we are organically, and disempower everything that overrides our intelligence or beauty or right to eat healthy. So if we look at the media or look at 5G, what is 5G? That is just millimeter waves that can burn you. But what can you do to get beyond it? Because if we look at all that is going on outside there, you've been burning yourself for a long time already with 4G. It is about getting out of that social media and apply it with respect, like maybe 2 times half an hour a day, and that's about it. And same for the internet, because there's a lot of internal work that needs to be done and that needs to be shown in the external world, and we all need to work together. So here, what you can do to get these radiations out of your content that is moving or lifting your body into the higher degrees of living standards, and that is moving 100% out of the matrix into the fields of light consciousness. So your consciousness cannot be hit anymore to the imprisonment or the media or whatever the media is imposing onto your brain. So moving out of that old belief system and killing that demands some purification. Yes, and that can not only be done by thought alone. You need to get into some kind of learning zone, and the easiest way to do that, of course, is through a meditational setup through which you get to know yourself, where you come from, and you move along everything the universe is bringing through. Believe me, nothing is going to happen what is not flowing synchrone with the universe. And those who want to give their power away to the so-called powerful media strategics moving out and getting that power over people will stay in that particular space. Those who want to take self-responsibility can move into the light realms in meditation, move out of everything that manipulated your consciousness, out of everything that took away what? Your breath, of course, because we have been taught to breathe density, to breathe and eat toxins every day, over and over again, to breathe and eat medication so it can kill our brains. And so that has been played on the ignorance of people. So moving out of your ignorance and moving into the districts of knowledge, self-empowerment, and getting in to the beauty of a new character, because you will need to build a new character. You will need to build personal strength and high mentality. You will need to be willing to move from free will. Scientists are still discussing this. I've been following. It's the obvious. If you want to live in free will and you just do whatever that you want, you can go on and on and on, but there's nothing that's going to protect you. If you live 100%, 1000% on the streamlines and technology of divine will, only good things can happen to you, because you will flow synchrone with the universe. And we need to teach ourselves how to do that. That is moving 100% out of ego consciousness and streaming into the higher values of self. So all these values of respect, integrity, truth, beauty, health have been lost over the ages. And So do not be afraid of that 5G thing going on. Do not be afraid of that corona thing going on. There has always been viruses and stuff. And so here, this wake-up call is very important. It is a call for you to resurrect, to surrender to divine will through a meditational setup, and how to set up a field into light in which you can eliminate all these lower degrees here in your head, the old cycles that keep on telling you what to do, that keep on telling you to keep on eating and breathing debris. That is pure nonsense. We don't want any nonsense anymore. We're all in it together. We need to move in evolution, and that is complete purification of Earth along the purification of the bodies that live on Earth, or any species that live here. That is spirit logic, pure logic. I assume you all understand that. But how to move into that is, of course, to the will to change yourself on an everyday level. And you could start that off with, at least, we have plenty of time right now, creating an internal space in your home that is termed a field of light, or a meditational space for the entire family you are living with, or if you live alone, for yourself. And that can change and get so strong in only a few weeks' time that you can't even remember the one that you are right now, if you start right now. So there is plenty online that can help you through it. It's not just sitting there in a meditation, doing some breathing exercises that are going to get you there. You need technique, the new evolution that is moving through, and that is pure knowledge. You start the telecommunication devices that will open up. You start to communicate with the elements, with the animal kingdoms, pardon me, and with all the elements in your body. And from there on, you learn techniques in the first place to break through the old emotional body that has kept you captive for eons. And that is reason why this is such a great age. In every university on planet Earth, we should start off at least with 1 hour of meditational alignment into the higher degrees of mentality, intelligence, and the applications that we need to absorb new information. After that, of course, at least like 45 minutes of fitness levels, and then the classrooms should open up into the higher faculties of how to apply the meditation you've learned lessons from, or deleted anything that doesn't really set order back into your body. And then your circulation will help you to open up the higher faculties in your brain that laid dormant for so many ages. I mean, physicians, scientists, and neuroscientists, name it, they are holding back because they are living in dual consciousness, and high-level information does not match dual consciousness, so it cannot integrate in the body. There is a lot of knowledgeable people that can teach you that and how to do that. So that is the change that needs to come through, and teaching the parallel ley lines that move with every degree of your move. So setting up a meditational space that moves with every element on the earth plane, with every element. Bring the beauty back in your home so you have already a lot of protection. It is endless how much protection you can have, but you need some knowledge. Of course, if you have a lot of plants in your home, herbs, flowers, that will protect you as much as trees do from the burning of 4 and 5G, whatever it is, those waves, and get the microwaves out of your house. Then have a fountain, some water running in your home, and get some gemstones in that water that replenish the body every day. So open up the etheric levels in your body, then get into some knowledge of how to set up a meditation that is fun to do, but you should have results every day, not just having peace or anything. That is not going to move us forward. Of course, internally that's very important, and also we need to know the technology how to do that. But foremost, we need to move into the spaces in which we can remove fear, panic attacks, survival levels, all these lower degrees in consciousness, and then we can move forward, move in our strength, claim health, bring the healthy foods back, start off a diet with natural foods, with seeds, with a lot of fruit, herbs, vegetables. Try out something new. The Google machine is with you every day. There's plenty of that. Take time to detox the body. Work with the crystal kingdoms that are so strong. Shungit is very good to delete some emotions, but get an Arkansas crystal that is perfect to protect you also, or black tourmaline. So get plenty of gemstones in your home that will work with your consciousness, because in essence what is happening right now is to bring more awareness to you that we have no other option than to shift consciousness into new lifestyles where everything gets purified. Because if we don't, this was just a warning. This virus, the next wave, is going to demand purification in the body and in the brain especially. So no matter, I wonder where all these researchers are having their brains together or not. Who the hell are they going to inject with what? To get more toxins in? Anything that is medication from synthetics kills the brain, kills your organism. It's the obvious. And like we need to move up the breath in the first place in the body. Move the breath all the way, open that up to the thyroid, parathyroid, so we get the right amount of elements in our minerals in the body, so the brain can connect with the heart components, but also the rest of your biology. So how many people on the earth plane do feel their breath in their fingers, in their toes, in their whatever? You need to feel it where you put your focus. Actually, if I put my focus, like my breath goes to my cheeks, then I feel these waves. That is where we need to get at least the eternal breath, and open the brain capacity to where we were in essence, and that is getting very transparent within and without, and starting to learn to work with light technology that changes your entire consciousness from eliminating the emotional content, eliminating anything that is willing to control and manipulating us, eliminating everything that brought disorders in the body's functions need to be reset, and so that takes a bit of time. That needs a bit of a learning zone to get into. But then again, it's so much fun to do and see the results on an everyday level. It is not just about healing, it's about the knowledge of healing and how to apply higher technologies from not only the astronomy, the galaxies, the universes, all the way into the beyond, and download that on the airplane. Should be a goal for everybody. So most amongst us are mostly interested right now in getting to heal out their fears, their panic, their emotions, and that is a very good start to build a strong mentality and psychology into your physiology, and then move that up to a better place where you are no longer concerned with whatever the social medias outside of your zone are telling you. Socializing with yourself inside will get the best results, and so I hope that most are willing to at least get into a purified space and willing to do the work to set up the clarity, the purification of the human body, of the human psychology, of the human mentality. So I have a lot of onlines that will help you there. I have an online only, like how to set up such a field of light that is getting so strong when you do it every day. You can feel it in your daily life. People will talk differently to you. They feel your energy, and that is what we need. And then you learn how to set up your energies, how it's being done in this age, and how we can move that light further and further to get into a degree where no fear exists at all. I don't even understand how come that most people, or so many on this airplane, do not even know how to delete fear, dealing with it. That is no solution at all, because our brain, our glandular system, always recycled what is inside of us will be shown outside. It's very simple, right? So we need to delete fear from our mental diet, so to speak. And all those lower level emotions that come with it, like guilt, panic, distress, irritations, resistance especially. Most people still resist to do the work that needs to be done, because nobody can do the work for you. You need to be willing to get there and moving from free will into divine will and listening what is coming through. So the alignment into at least a spiritual body is already quite a learning zone. The alignment to your source, your spark, and your spirit versus the lower degrees of whatever your psyche suffered should be a priority in every school, every university, at home, for parents, for children. There is a different space for children to teach, which is very exciting. There is a different space for youth to teach youth how to grow up in strength and how to stand strong into their young bodies and make the right decisions, actually. So I hope this word gets to you. There is no fear from anything if you create a space that moves or that squeezes the matrix of control mechanics completely out. So you are setting yourself into a space in which you do not longer understand it. And with it comes the opening up or the purification of the respiratory system. Your breath needs to move many levels up so you can feel all the circulation. Your breath is your life. Bring it alive, because in most people the breath is functioning at like 30%, and that is not much or not enough to stay healthy, wealthy, and to enjoy life on the higher degrees that were meant for us. Okay then, loads of success. Thank you for being with me. If you have a preview like me, please share, dance with me, do your fitness, get into those degrees that cannot hit you. There is so much we can do together. In the description box I have an online for just to set up a meditational session with all the universes. I have an online like how you set up a meditational space. It means it can be followed. You'll be given MP3 players. You can follow that, and it's easy to get into a spiritual body. I have larger onlines from 5 days or 10 days. It's up to you. I can only give it and to explain. We need to decide today if you want to move into health and a purified breathing system in a healthy space and leave behind the atrocities of the killing fields and the war zones. We need to do the repair together and teach it together. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Take care. Take real care of yourself.